Hi there, this is David, and I have some exciting news for y'all. There's a new Legend of Zelda remake out there. So first, some backstory. This is Zelda's Adventure, originally released in 1995 in Europe only for the Philips CDI, and it's now been remade and demade for the Nintendo Game Boy. How cool is that? That's freaking awesome. So for anybody who is not aware of anything regarding the Philips CDI, let's talk about that for a minute. So back in the mid-90s, Nintendo wanted to create some sort of like CD add-on to the SNES, something to kind of compete with Sega. So they got together with Philips, which is the maker of the CDI, which was one of the failed consoles of the 90s, along with like the Jaguar and the 3DO, and there was a lot of like weird consoles in the 90s back then. I remember! I was a teenager. So they got together with Philips CDI, and they were like, hey, we need to make the CD add-on, and it failed. So in a compromise with them, they said, okay, you know what, we're going to give you the option to create 5 games using our licenses, and they created 3 different Zelda games. There was Link the Faces of Evil, Zelda, The Wand of Gameleon, and Zelda's Adventure. And the first 2 sucked. They were side-scrolling adventure games, kind of like, Zelda 2, and they were terrible. But it's interesting because Wand of Gameleon followed Princess Zelda, as does Zelda's Adventure. And Zelda's Adventure was released later after the first 2 games, and it was after, so much later, it was after Philips CDI actually quit releasing games in America. So they went ahead and they released this as a European exclusive, so we never got this one over here, but it was better than the first 2. It's still a completely shitty game, but it was better than the first 2. That just goes to show how crappy the first 2 actually were. So, like, who emulates the CDI? Nobody emulates the CDI, but I think everybody has an emulator for the Nintendo Game Boy. So I went ahead and I clicked the link that I'm going to share with y'all below, and I downloaded this ROM just to check it out. You know what I mean? This is like a piece of history, and I want to check it out and see how it is. And it's done the exact same way as Link's Awakening is, but it's starring Zelda, and it is faithfully 1-for-1 reproduction of this game just on the Game Boy. All the text is there, the music is there, the dialogue is there, and the jank is still there. I'm sure he could have upgraded it and made it really nice if he wanted to, but he kept all that lovely jank in there, like absolutely no music during the title screen. Whenever you go up to a heart or a rupee, you have to hit the A button to collect it. You can't just walk over it and grab it. And it's actually a pretty fun game from what I played of it. I wanted to go ahead and check it out before making this video, and I had a decent time with it, jank and all. I played it for about an hour or so, got through a couple of shrines and all that kind of stuff, and I have some footage here that I'm sharing with y'all that you see here in the video as well. And it's kind of fun. There's like items just kind of randomly strewn about. Like you like enter a screen and boom, oh hey look, there's an item. Or enemies will randomly talk to you, You use a wand as a weapon, and there are various spells that you can get, and each spell costs a different amount of rupees to cast, but each rupee is worth 10. There's no like 1 rupee. So it's kind of nice. And it's interesting. It's just a little piece of history right here. And I really did just kind of want to bring it to everybody's attention and let you be aware of it. This is not meant as a review or anything else like that. This is just saying, hey, there's this really cool piece of history out there. Hey, you should check it out. Hey, you should play it. And I think that if you do, you might have a good time with it, or at least get a laugh out of this. I just think it's really just fascinating. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Let me know if you're kind of excited about this, because I saw this and I'm like, yeah, this is great. Like, I have to check this thing out. It's just so weird. I have to check this thing out, And as always, have a good day.